Welcome to Back to the Future, Back in Time. Today is Marty's turn to go. We got the DeLorean nicely down the street. Biff's still knocked out a little bit, which is cool. But Marty here at George's house. So let's go over to his player mat area. Before we do that, okay, we're not going to go to the player mat. We're going to take a look at this right now. So we actually have the mind reading helmet for Marty. On your turn, when you draw a movement card, draw two and choose one, discard the other one. We're going to be using this, of course, exhausting it for Marty's turn right now. So yes, first thing we do on a turn, of course, we go to the turn tracker. So let's go to the turn tracker and see what we need to do. Alright, turn tracker time, and yes, we're going to be moving to this space. The first thing we need to look at is a trouble card, and it's trouble level 2. So grab the top card of the trouble level 2 deck, and what do we have? We have Lorraine's House Gang does the knock and run. Well, okay, effect. Players may not re-roll any dice. Ooh. No re-rolling of dice. We need a love challenge to succeed at it. This is going to go to Lorraine's house. I'll put that on the board. Currently, we have George and Einstein sitting at Lorraine's house. Okay, and yes, now we have the movement, but remember we used Marty's mind-reading helmet. He gets to draw two of them and choose which one we want to use. So he either has move George counterclockwise 2 spaces, which would put him at George's house. And Biff activate, well, Biff's going to activate twice. Or move Lorraine clockwise 1 space. That would put her to the clock tower. And Biff would activate twice. You know what? I think, just looking at the board, I think we're going to go with this one. We're going to move Lorraine clockwise a space, and Biff will activate twice. So let's go to the board and have that happen. Alright, so we're going to have Lorraine up here. She's going to go clockwise 1 space to the clock tower. Biff's going to activate twice. So he finally wakes up from his stupor. So that's 1 activation. His second activation, he is closest to Lorraine. He will go for Lorraine. So he goes up here to the school parking lot, which is actually good, because you'll see what we're going to do here with Marty. You can see Marty does have a couple of flipped over tokens. So let's go over to his player area, and we're going to deal with that right now. And then we're going to decide what we want to do with Marty. Alright, so we're up here with Marty. The first thing we want to do with Marty is he has his electric guitar. And it says exhaust this item to refresh up to 2 exhausted power tokens. So we are going to exhaust his guitar, and we're going to flip back over 2 of his exhausted power tokens, which of course he used to assist other players in previous turns. And now we're sitting here with this. So what we want to do is we are going to flip over this one, and we're going to use it for 3 movement. So let's go down to the board and see where Marty's going to use his 3 movement. Alright, so Marty's going to move up to 3 spaces. He's just going to go 1, he can go through town square, 2 to the clock tower, and he will grab Lorraine and move 1 space here. Okay, that's all good. Now remember his special ability. On your turn, you may move Lorraine up to 2 spaces towards you. So I wonder if he should have bothered to... Yeah, he's going to bother to do that because I want to get him in position because George is down here. Let's go back now to Marty's area and have him... Oh, I did something... Oh, no, maybe not. Let's go back down to Marty's area. We'll have him take another turn. Alright, I probably should have saved that because I could have turned the green into a wild. So I'm going to actually retro one thing. We're going to leave the green. We're going to say we used this one for 3 movement. I wasn't thinking properly. So now we're going to flip over another token because of course we're going to flip over this one for 3 more movement. Let's go back down to the board. Alright, so Marty can move up to 3 spaces. He's going to take Lorraine with him. He's going to go 1, 2, which means he's sitting here now with George, Lorraine, Einstein at Lorraine's house. And we have... This also means we can't re-roll any dice, so we can take care of this, possibly. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to try to do this one first. This trouble right here in Hill Valley, which means players can't re-roll any dice. I don't even think I've been re-rolling any dice. Haven't had to, but we'll get rid of it because it's going to give Marty another power token. Or maybe we should leave it there. You know what? I think we might leave it there, maybe for Einstein or some other... Einstein and Doc Brown need extra tokens. Marty's got 8 of them, so maybe we're going to leave that there. We've got them together. We are going to do a love challenge now, though, of course, so let's go up to Marty's board and see how he's going to do this love challenge. Alright, so Marty has a love die, so we're going to flip that over and get him one love die for that. And we're going to flip over this one. We're just going to use the love die on that token right there. So he's got 2 love dice to roll. He's got he's got Lorraine and George in the same space. Let's get out the dice tray and see how we can do this time. Alright, Marty, let's go. Let's hope we don't see any Biffs. And okay, alright, wow, that's pretty cool. Can't re-roll any dice because of this, but we're not going to worry about that. So Biff activates once, but we get 2 on the love tracker. Yes, alright, let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to move Biff once, and then we're going to move the love tracker up 2 spaces. Alright, Biff is going to move 1 space because we got 1 Biff die, so the closest is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Biff will move over to the clock tower location on his way, of course, to get to Lorraine and George. Love tracker goes up twice, let's do it. Alright, the love tracker moving up 2 spaces, 1, 2. They are in love, and what that means is the next time we need to do a picture check, if this token is in the one of these 3 love spaces, we don't flip a piece of the picture over. Yes, which is cool because that's going to be coming up next for Doc's turn. All right, back to the board, and we'll have Marty continue with his turn. All right, back to Marty, and we're going to go see if we can smack Biff around a little bit, I think. So we're going to use the speed die. I think our DeLorean's in pretty good shape for 3 movement. Let's back to the board and have Marty move 3 spaces. Alright, Marty is going to be gunning for Biff. So he's going to move 3 spaces. He's going to go 1, 2, 3. Yes, he can move through Town Square. It's just Lorraine, George, and Biff cannot. So he is now in a space with Biff. And what he's going to do with Biff is he's going to see if he can have him take a little bit of a nap. So we're going to go back to his area and flip over some more tokens to see what he wants to do. Alright, so we're going to flip over, of course, the double courage token, which would give Marty 2 of the courage dice. Try and knock Biff out, because the more Biff is knocked out, the more we can get done without him interfering. Alright, back to the main board. Let's roll up those dice and see what happens. Alright, Marty is going to try to knock Biff out. Let's see what we get. And we get, okay, we're going to take it. We're not, we can't re-roll anyway, but I probably wouldn't. So that's going to be 2 successes. So Biff gets knocked down, and he gets 1 stun token put on him. Excellent stuff. Way to go, Marty. Alright, let's go back to Marty's board and have him. He's got a couple tokens left, so let's see what he wants to do. Alright, so what we're going to do with Marty is we're going to flip over this special token for 3 movement. So let's get back to the board and have Marty move 3 spaces. Alright, Marty's feeling a little bit sorry for Biff, maybe. So he's going to move 1, 2, up to 3 spaces to Hill Valley High. And we're going to attempt to do Biff's homework, which means we need a science die success. Go back to Marty's board and flip a token over for that die. Alright, and of course Marty has 1 science die token left, so we're going to flip that over. That's going to give Marty 1 green die, which is what we need possibly to succeed at Biff's homework. We got a 4 in 6 chance. Let's get out the dice tray and see what we can do. Alright, here we go. He's doing Biff's homework, and he did a pretty good job with it. We got a success, because that's a wild, and we can turn that into a science. Boom! We do Biff's homework. So what do we get for Biff's homework? Reward. Draw 1 power token. Gain the Biff's homework item. Cool. Alright, I'm going to zoom out a little bit. Of course, we will be replacing that. So he's going to get a power token, and we get Biff's homework item. I got to fish that out and see. So I'm going to zoom out, and we're going to do that. Alright, so let's randomly grab a power token, and what do we got here? We have re-roll all Biffs, or move up to 3 spaces. Cool! Alright, that's, of course you get that in the face down section. And we also have now Biff's homework. Exhaust this item to move Biff to your location. This card may not be used in Town Square. Yes. Oh, wow, so we can get Biff to come to Marty's location once per turn. That could be really beneficial for keeping Biff away. So right on. I like that. Okay, that's everything Marty can do this turn. But we do have to replace the opportunity now, so we're going to get a new opportunity popping out on the board somewhere, and we get Gear Up for School in the North Shops. All right. Reward, draw a power token, gain the backpack item. Cool. All right, so in the North Shops now we have another opportunity. All right, we're going to go back to Marty's play area. He's going to flip over all of his tokens. He's got 9 tokens now. So we are going to have him get rid of one of them. So let's go flip over his tokens, and then we're going to have to decide which token we actually want to get rid of. All right, so here's Marty's area. So as you can see, he actually got 4 extra tokens. He's got 3 special cards. So let's flip everything over, and we're going to have to make the decision of which token to get rid of. All right, we've got everything flipped over. And we do have to get rid of 1 token, and I think what we're going to do, when you can get rid of, you can actually discard one of your starter tokens as well. I think we're going to get rid of one of Marty's starter tokens, and then we're going to put the reroll in there. So this is what he's sitting at right now for tokens. Of course, he has the mind reading helmet, the electric guitar, now he has Biff's homework. He's got a lot of stuff. We're going to take the token, move it down to Doc Brown. He will be going tomorrow. Next, back to the main board and wrap up our episode for today. All right, that was a pretty stellar episode. I think we got Biff is knocked out with a stun token on him. We have the love tracker in the Lorraine and George in love now. And we have the DeLorean getting very close to the jump location. So far, so good. We still have 2, 4, 6, 7, 8 turns to go before the DeLorean needs to get up to 88 miles per hour and hit the clock tower at 10:04 p.m. So thanks so much for watching along. Thanks for your comments, subscriptions, likes. This is Back to the Future, back in time, 4-player game. Really liking it. See you tomorrow. Thanks so much. And yeah, we'll continue on and see if we can get Marty back to the future.